You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
So the children could see their way. We just come on this way. night and day. For next to nothing pay, so they can't see the way. We don't enjoy equal facility. Like Pharaoh and company, brainwashing we say we free. We just can't hold this way. We just can't hold this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't hold this way. Time to make them oppress us pay. We just can't hold this way. So the children could see their way. We just can't hold this way. Suffer like this. You said that you will take care of the poor, just like you did in Egypt.
I think there are two ways in which people are controlled.
You can't be limited to just working with people who look like you, or think like you, or vote like you, or dress like you. You got to get out the box, because God's going to use a whole lot of people to bless you, to move in and out of your life, and you can't be narrow or one-dimensional. This is a coat of many colors. Oh yes, it's a coat of many.
Stop you, yes. When God bless a man, Satan may attack you, yes. When God bless a man, he's gonna back you, yes. When God bless a man, that man must stand, he must stand AI. Who God bless, none can curse. His divine favor man can reverse, even if they do their worst, hey. When God bless a man, nothing must stop you, yes. When God bless a man, Satan may attack you, yes. When God bless a man, he's gonna back you, yes. When God bless a man, that man must stand, he must stand, I say. If you answer his call, he will lift you up. If you fall, hey. If you fall, just give him your all, hey. When God bless a man, should be nobody, nothing must stop you, my friend. When God bless a man, Satan may attack you, yes. When God bless a man, he's gonna back you, yes. When God bless a man, that man must stand, he must stand, I say, yeah. got to say yes. You've got to say yes. Say yes, I say. When God bless a man, nothing must stop you. When God bless a man, Satan may attack you, my friend. When God bless a man, he's gonna back you. When God bless a man, that man must stand. He must stand, I say. Oh, nothing must stop you. When God bless a man, Jehovah say he's gonna back you, my friend. When God bless a man, oh yes, Satan may attack you. When God bless a man, that man must stand. He must stand. Nothing must stop you. When God bless a man, Jehovah said he's gonna back you, my friend. When God bless a man, oh yes, Satan may try to attack you. When God bless a man, that man must stand. He must stand. He must stand. Keep me as the apple of thine eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wing. O Lord, my Savior. It's so hard to deal with personal struggle. So sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother. It's so bad because of how some look at you after. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my back from human attack. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. People see you smile, but don't know the hurt that you're feeling. Even as God's child, at times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my brother. Cover my sister. Them who under pressure. Cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover. Jesus alone is the one who has the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me mind. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover me mouth, that the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while
Say, Jesus, cover me, cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover, cover, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover, cover, cover all them radio stations that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover, 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 cover me, cover me, cover me.
Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Yes, 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 yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's in the village with the DAT Triplets and WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, we come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. There's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. And as you know, that's 6 to 9 p.m. TNT time. And folks, you always welcome. Doesn't matter what color t-shirt you wear. You wear a mauve t-shirt, a burgundy t-shirt, a salmon t-shirt, whatever t-shirt you wear. Doesn't matter what planet you're from, man. Mazatanians, Xenaranians, Venaranians. We welcome you in the village to the DAT Triplets. Let me say a special welcomes to no other than Diana, Stormy, The Storm, Waveney, Benskin, Greta, the Bajan, the Train Bajgonian, from St. Augustine, on your way to Tanapuna, passing Celibia, if you might meet Tommy, from St. Catherine's, close to that street, that's in Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago, no other than Diana, Waveney, Benskin, McDonald, boy.
How you doing, Tommy? You all right, Tommy? Huh? I see you wearing your red jersey, Tommy.
Oh, God.
You're welcome in the village with a red jersey.
Yeah, I'm on fire.
Somebody keep shouting my name, but I don't know who the person is, right? So whoever the person is giving away all my business, thank you for the introduction.
Here we go. Let me say a special welcome to no other than Thomas E. We're not sure what that's the initial stands for, but Thomas E. Marshall, the Commissioner of Newark, from Celibia. Yes, it's Celibia, not Sally Bay. You know, when you're from Chumaca, you tend to say Sally Bay, but it's Celibia. Yes, we know. We know how to make that pronunciation too. Yes, close.
So you're doing the short and long vowels now?
Yeah. Close to Toco, on your way from Sandy Grande, maybe close to Manzanilla, and a good friend of Andy Johnson, no other than Thomas E. Marshall Nesbitt, boy.
Good evening, family. It's a pleasure to be in the village, and it's good to start with a laugh because that's very good therapy.
Yeah, the laugh is, anytime you laugh, you exercise your 72 facial muscles. You know that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Laughing is very important, very, very important.
The best medicine.
But Tommy already she our guest in the background,
Oh,
like she early, but she from Tobago.
No, from Trinidad, as far as I know. Maybe via Tobago.
Oh, because when you tell them Tobagonians 8 o'clock, they want to come 7:13. Not like them Bajan and them. Bajan and them, you tell them 8 o'clock, they want to come 9:30.
Well, at least
hello, that is not Bajan style at all. That's Trini style. Anytime it's Trinidad time. Barbadians, no, we don't operate that way. So don't even go there.
Well, let me say this: the few Bajans that I know, when you tell them 9 o'clock, they're gonna come about 10:30.
No, and not. I don't know who them is. I don't know. They must have Trinidad roots. True Bajan is on time.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Tom, you know about that?
Maybe I'm not too sure about any of it, but I know plenty Trini have Bajan branches. I know many
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah, branches and not trunks. Yeah, tree trunk branches that are weak, they fall off. But anyway, Bajans are not like that. We're more, disciplined.
Oh,
Yeah,
all
more
right, all right,
disciplined. Yeah.
all right, all
Trini,
right.
anytime is Trinidad time. Wait now, come in jets now, now. Oh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I mean, we had it all set up all nice and thing, eh?
Mm. And my thinking dropping off. I don't know why. So if I have to go to restart, I have a friend here with me, so I'll have him restart the router for me if I have to, right? So
Right. So what it
I
is
don't know.
that tonight, right? So just so you all know, you see me a little different here tonight, right? First of all, we had some technical difficulties getting on, right? Right. First of all, I couldn't get the internet. So I say, you know what? You had to look for, in this day and age, you had to look for solutions to problems there because, if you let, sometimes Satan does be busy, man. Satan busy, eh? Satan will be real busy, man. So everything going good with my laptop all the time. All of a sudden, I can't get a hotspot. It's saying it can't connect. It cannot connect. It cannot connect. I say, nah, see you, Satan. Satan, run, Satan. Right? Because anyway, you see, hold on, which one it is here? Let me play this one real quick. Hold on, I'm not gonna play all of it. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
Oh, yes. Somebody help. Come and put a hand. Come and wipe away the blight and see what the plight that befall the man of this land. What's going on here? I would like to know why the whole world is in a turmoil. So it look as if we fire God from the job and give the work to the Beelzebub. Man, the devil have a hand in running the land. The devil have a hand in running the land. If you don't have the devil, I can understand. The devil have a hand in running the land. The devil have a hand in running the land. The devil have a hand in...
Yeah. We say, go from here, Satan. Go from here. The devil have a hand in running the land, boy. Go from here. Don't try that, Satan. You're coming and try to mess with people. But as usual, even though you maybe some things may happen, the first person in the village again is no other than
Nadia.
Nadia is always inside. Nadia, yeah. Nadia.
That's Stormy's tanty.
And the
Hey,
village.
Stormy have a tanty.
Yeah, that's Stormy tanty. Yeah. If I were to give away Stormy to anybody, I would give him to Nadia.
Who's Nadia wants Stormy?
And she does.
Nadia, you want Stormy? Well, you go ship Stormy first class?
However, you have to quarantine him first and then send him down the road.
I hope you give Tommy a good vacation this year,
He gets vacations every other week. He goes up to the ranch where he runs. He gets vacation.
Stormy's living the life of luxury. Stormy does get a vacation every 2 weeks.
He had a bath and they cut his toenails and they clean his ears and he gets treated well. When he come home, I massage him with coconut oil. He's good.
Okay.
See, Diana, right. She said yes, Diana. Oh, yes.
Yeah, all right. Nadia said good night, Ansem. Tonight is red emojis, but red emojis. Tommy, partner, your game.
Yes.
You're decreasing, eh? Your emojis decreasing somewhat from Nadia. I know
I get less and I get red and white. I see.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah, you
we
get less, but you
yeah.
get rid of.
Hey, listen,
Not your less.
as long as I get it happy.
Oh, so long as I get it, I'm happy. I'm happy. Yeah.
That's right.
Nadia get down some red and thing emojis, right? Then to Keisha, good night, Judy, Rose. God, I don't know how to do this thing here, boy. Oh God. Albert. She said good night, Albert, Ken, Hailey, Troy, Smith, Ellis. I see Troy. Hey, look, Judy coming in second tonight. Yes, boy. Judy gave a
Yes.
yeah, boy. Judy gave some
Woman is boss.
heart emojis, boy. And you know, it's not just regular blessings and it's universal blessings, boy. You know what I mean?
Same.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Hey, look, Troy Smith, Kizzy finally get Troy Smith back his phone. So he come on, bless good night to everyone. Yeah, Kizzy, that is the wife. Yeah, because Akira is Anderson's wife. Akira did mix it up. Anderson did get mixed up last time. But you know, we not hold it against him. Yeah? What? He said, bless good night to you, Nadia. Bless good night to you. Yeah, Troy Smith to Keisha. Hey, Keisha was still in the house. Keisha, good night to you. Yeah, Eiley fall down. Eiley come in fourth tonight. He lose some stripes. Right? Eiley, you gain like Arjuna, you know. Your first statement I say I'll pay in a minute. Don't follow them fellas in a minute. Whatever you do. Hey, look, partner, Eugene Julian, boy. Eugene, good evening to you, boy. Although Eugene is at Tobago, you know, from Tobago. Well, let me just say that.
Welcome, Eugene.
I've been told that he has roots in Tobago. I'll put it that way. What is that?
You have that in common, right?
Yeah. My father is Tobago, you know what I mean? Highly say, on some days we used to cry when your mommy rinsing your tail with the belts, soaking horse.
Oh no.
Highly, but
no.
But people like Highly and them don't know what licks is. Them don't know what licks is. You know what licks is? When you growing up in Chumaka, you know what licks is. You know what licks is? Tommy, you grew up in where? Sally Bay?
I grew up in Marabella.
Marabella? Okay, all right. Albert Montano say good evening, Ansem and Diana and Tommy. Good evening to Keisha. Tommy, Albert Montano want to know what part of Sally Bay you're from. Syllabia. That's the name, right? Syllabia, right? Correct?
Tell him the village is so small that everybody knows everybody.
Yeah, everybody know everybody, Albert. Tommy is Syllabia, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but he told me we used to go to all inclusive up there, boy. Oh God.
I know by
Headley? You said Headley was? Headley?
Yeah, by Michael.
Yeah. Oh, that used to be a real good all inclusive, boy. Yeah?
No, what happened to?
I don't know. I think they moved it, right, Tommy?
Yeah, it was moved to another spot. It was moved next door first, and then they moved it to another spot. I don't know if with all that has happened over the last few years, I don't know if they're gonna have it this year.
Yeah. All right. So Nadia, I take it back. You will take Stormy. So I'm not gonna argue with that. If you say you're gonna do it, you're gonna say it. Albert Montano making compliments. I don't know why Albert Montano, people like Albert and Hailey and Arjun and them fellas and them, but that's something, but you know, I don't see Albert making no comments about the UNC, you know. Every comment Albert make is about the PNM. Eh? I don't understand that.
No, but
anyway,
what's wrong with that, Aslam? Who's in the fire in the what's the word? I'm trying to find it. Who's in the range, or who's in the line of fire with get the heat?
Oh, all right.
Yes, he's not in the line of fire.
So Tommy, you know what? I stand corrected. Albert, Tommy made a very valid point. So let me ignore the UNC and just go after the PNM. Right? even though we hear Marsha walk, you know, I ain't gonna lie to all you. I mean, I think Marsha Walker has good intentions, right? But anyway, let me leave it alone. Let me leave it alone. I think I wanted. Should I leave it alone? I mean,
She
anyway.
stood up in the rain. I ain't see Kamala Prasad do that.
Yeah, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. All right. I'll leave it alone. All right, Rose, welcome. Good evening to you, Rose. Well, yeah. Nadia said Dana Benskin, oh, yes. Albert Montano said, I notice when I make certain reacts, my YouTube starts buffering. Yeah. I'm glad you say that, and wasn't me. Because if it was me, it would be a different story.
Yeah, you can't talk. Certain things, they send a bot in. You can't talk about the juice, the jab, the scene, the vax, nothing.
Yeah.
They send bots like it's triggered.
Mhm.
You know, they have things trolling, and by the time you boops inside, you can't say
Yeah.
certain
Correct
things.
is right.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
you heard the chant. You heard the chant from Woodford Square. Rowdy must go. What do you think about that?
Yeah, the whole heap of them.
But let me ask a question. I want to ask a simple question. Would it therefore the president, the electoral college voting for the president? By the way, Tommy, as you say that, there were 3 spoiled ballots in the voting, right?
Lord.
The question is being asked, did 3 UNC senators spoil their ballot as a protest against Mrs. Kamala Prasad Besessa nominating Israel Khan? The opposition, through Mrs. Kamala Prasad Besessa, nominating Israel Khan as the president.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't know. But Tommy, back to the question is that I don't understand if you are going to Woodford Square to protest against Christine Kangaloo, that all of a sudden it morphed into Rowley must go. I mean, I don't get it. But, you know, I
Well,
mean,
they took the opportunity to say what they really want to say, but they made fun of her name. I didn't like that. I didn't
who
like
name?
that. Kangaroo, they say kangaroo, man. They had a kang. Yeah, they made fun of her name, and that kind of tantamounts to bullying. And children looking on would say, "Yeah, okay, they're making fun of she name. I can make fun of somebody's name. I know, people have made fun of my name, but they felt my fist." So, but I'm just saying, why grown-ups, taking to you're a politician, or why are you in the streets and you're doing that? You're making fun of the woman name. What comes? What message are you really trying to send by making
Dana,
fun of her
that's why we
name?
have Dana, that's why we have problems on both sides of the political divide. So, for example, I heard Mrs. Kamala Prasad Besessa talking after the vote was done. And she
Yeah.
said, Christine Kangaloo Garcia. She asking her, how come she don't use Garcia? I mean, really? Really? What does that have to do with anything?
That's not good.
You see what I'm saying? What I'm saying is that we are going into the sub basement in politics in Trinidad and Tobago, and it's both sides of the political divide. Both sides of the political divide. Why? Why do we have to go there? Why do we have to go there? And then they were having something on the RIC with respect to TNTech and raising the rates. And a gentleman said something about if you're using 700 kilowatts or 7,000 kilowatts, I'm paraphrasing here, that you could afford an air condition, right? And I can say for a fact that if you go up into certain urban areas in Trinidad and Tobago, a lot of people don't have air conditioning.
Absolutely.
A lot of poor people don't have air conditioning. So I think, when we're taking these little things and to making it into these bigger thing and bigger issue, we spinning top the mud.
But Anselm,
Yeah.
there are people who will take, not kindly. Look, especially what happened in La Horquita. Look what happened in La Horquita. Now, I understand from talking with people that La Horquita is where the fellow with the DSS was based.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. So here it is. I just feel like this community is singled out. Foster Cummins is the man representing there, right? So you shut down the DSS, and then now they're going and they try to put up little edifices to make themselves independent, and you're going and you're bulldozing and knock it down. So what messages you sending to those young black men? And when I don't condone it. When they turn to crime, oh God, they're bad. So Foster Cummins, I'm asking you, and I understand they put something somewhere behind God back in the community where it is not too easy to get to. I ask questions. I have a god brother that lives in the area where they put them to sell foot traffic. No, and if you look all over the world, people ain't gonna like me. You look all over the world, you see people going to set up business where location, where you expect to get traffic. And that is what you need, right? Now I want to know, and I'm gonna ask Foster Cummins and the administration in Trinidad and Tobago, how come you're not knocking down those structures out on the highways? If you want to go there, you're going inside a community, a depressed community, right? And you knock down the structures that they're trying to make $1. Why you don't go around the country and knock down all them structures on the highway? Since we're talking about knocking down things in government space and eminent domain or whatever they want to claim, why you don't go knock down all those structures? Why you only knocking down the black boy structure? Huh? You want me to ask that? I'm not afraid to ask the question and draw the comparison. Why only doing that to those young? Why are they doing that? Why are they doing that, Anselm?
Now, Diana, you asked a very valid question, and I asked this question. I say this is what I say, right? Let's say you're gonna knock down a structure in La Horquita, Talpara, right? Go in Westmoreland and find an illegal structure too, and knock that down at the same time.
That's what I say.
So people can now say that, but we're just picking on them. But when you just go into one community and you knock down things there, you are leaving people to make decisions that you are being biased and you are being selective in your knocking down, so to speak.
But
right?
In every aspect of life in Trinidad and Tobago, there's been bias. Just think about it.
No, Tommy, as you said that, how come the people of Trinidad and Tobago haven't get up and march that they're knocking down these illegal structures? How come? Or not only that, but why didn't HGC say, you know what, all you? We will make all you legal. All you come in, we'll organize with you all. I don't know if this was done. We'll organize with you all. You'll get a license and we'll keep you guys there to make an honest living.
Yeah, knock it down.
I mean, why isn't something just like you're trying to find solutions, right, to the problems? Why didn't they do that?
You know what? You're going to tell them come for a grant. And to get qualified for the grant is a set of paperwork and letter from boss and last year taxes and a whole heap of, but you can't get the grant. But the poor, disadvantaged, disenfranchised black man don't get nothing easy. Black man, Stalin singing, or they knock down the structures. Yeah, who give all the idea that you all can invest in your community and put things there that people will come to your community and spend money, because when you have spending power, according to Claude Anderson, in your community, police ain't running up in there to try and kill the youth no more. Because you have capital. And capital, you can elect and ask for what you want. Why, you know? So what is they really telling them in there?
Mm.
What is it telling them? Forced to come in? Shame on you. But you know what? Like
But
Hawkins,
Diana,
all you go back and vote. So
but
again, go
Diana,
ahead.
just before we go for the break, here's my question to her. Do you think the MP knew that they was going to do that?
Well,
I don't know.
I heard one young lady being interviewed said that they engaged the MP's office. They didn't get any response. They engaged HGC. They didn't get any response. So I wouldn't be surprised if the MP had an idea that was coming.
Right. Okay.
I feel you know because you know why in a instance like that, who you gonna go and call first? Hey, they come, they knocking down. You might call the council member, might call the y'all call them and go up the ladder. But I guarantee you they're gonna call the
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's In the Village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Of course, we come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m., which is 6 to 9 p.m. TNT time. And as we go along, we will experience a little technical difficulties here. But you know what we say, Satan, go run. Go, Satan, go. All right. So let's see if we could bring in our next guest. We just have Jerry. But Jerry camera is not connected. There was 2 guests. Now we just have 1. But Jerry camera is not connected. Hey, Jerry, can you hear us? He has to connect his camera. Okay. All right. I can see him, but if I bring him in,
well, here I already have a space in mind.
Hello.
Under our supervision. So
hello.
So just take all the time.
Hello. All right, let me remove him from this. Hello. Okay, we gotta remove him from the stream because he's unaware that he's there. So we just remove him from the stream. All right, and as soon as he get ready, we're gonna bring him back in. All right. Your camera is not connected. His camera is not connected. We have audio, but I mean, we don't want to just bring audio, no video. Yeah.
What about Miss Smith?
No, it's just Jerry Ferguson back there. I'm not seeing Miss Smith. So in the interim, right? I sometimes I think it could this be, and somebody asked the question, right? They only burn 1 T-shirt. I mean, don't you normally burn a lot of T-shirts? You know what I mean?
You probably make a bonfire T-shirt.
You make a bonfire T-shirts, but
I think that 1 T-shirt is sends a resounding message. It is. You have 1 MP, right? So that's the shirt they burn in.
But I think overall in this climate, I don't think that was a good look.
What wasn't a good look?
What they went and mashed down them business and I don't think that was a good look.
Nope.
From a public relations standpoint, even though they are illegal, I thought you should have give them the opportunity and you know what they should have done too? All right. They should have gone there with social media and have people, HGC go in there, bring HGC social media, talking to the people and telling the people, well, listen, we're going to give you a month so they could document it so people can see it, right? Because people don't know when HGC had any contact with them. They don't know. It was always done silently. In the day of social media today, you go there, HGC use their social media Facebook page, and they document that they have gone and they have spoken to the individuals They're giving them time, document it, right? Document it.
Right.
Because when you just come just so and do it, I mean, what do you left people to think, right? People are going to think that you really you don't care. You don't care. And once you do it, the people don't lose the money already.
Mm-hmm.
How are they going to get back the money from all that money they spent? How are they going to get that back?
Mm-hmm. I am.
Yeah. And this is 2023, man.
They're trying to uplift themselves, by putting up structures to be safe, their goods, and they took initiative. And this is what you do to them. What message are you sending?
This is choking part 2.
It's like my friend Opinion Box say, cockroach no right in foul fight.
Yeah, I actually wanted to play his video tonight, man, because I think that was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta be honest with you, that was
very good analogy.
Very good analogy. It made a lot of sense. It made a lot of sense.
Yep.
And you see, that's part of the problem we have in Trinidad and Tobago. When certain things make sense, people don't want to touch it. It makes sense. You understand? It just makes sense.
Wait, Judy says those people should have put up tents instead of building structure. 2 wrongs don't make right. However, Venice can sell all over Trinidad without any supervision. That's another thing too.
My belief is that in certain times you have to be very patient. You have to have more patience than Port of Spain General Hospital. You have to be patient. The easiest thing to do is to go and bulldoze them people business. That's the easiest thing to do.
But wasn't that the same area they had made a playing field or something? Was that the same area they made? Was it a playing field? Something they did and they came. Huh?
That doesn't seem adequate enough to do a playing field, do you think?
No. Somewhere they cut out a playing field or cut the ground.
That was in Arima proper.
Or something, yeah. And they knocked down a structure too. I think they were putting up something that they knocked that out too. Yeah. So, in Trinidad and Tobago, the poor black person, don't do nothing. Stay on us. Don't try to do anything. Don't try to uplift yourself. No, just stay home and smoke the 4 trees that they tell you to plant. That's what they want.
And it's just.
I think that issue that you're talking about could have been someplace like Malabar.
And the both of them in the Malabar, La Hawketane, somewhere close by. I mean, not proximity, but it's not like Sando versus Toko. I think they're kind of close by. Something they knocked down. I can't remember, but they didn't.
Yeah. I think your memory serves right.
Yeah, they did something with either anybody in the chat remember they either knocked down a structure, something. Hey Lana, good night. How are you, my love? Yeah, something they knocked down.
If anybody from Tidewind can hear us, it's okay. They can come in now.
Yeah. Tony, I am looking at him in the background. Let me add myself to this. I'm looking at the person in the background, but let me see if I add him to the stream. What happens? They can hear. Hello.
Bring him in and see what happens.
Yeah, he's in there now. Hello. Hey Jerry, are you hearing us? Jerry. See, he's not hearing us.
You can see him, but you can't hear him.
No, I'm not seeing him because I can't see no video. You can see him on the screen. He's on the screen, our screen, but his video is not connected. Jerry.
Has to enter studio.
Okay, look, he's entering again. Let me see. All right, hold on. Let me see. No, he's got to take one out. Hold on. Jerry, you got to take off the other stream. You got 2 streams going. You got to get rid of the other one. All right, I get rid of him.
All right, no, let me get it.
I got you. I get it. I did it. All right, I did it. You don't have to worry about it. I did it.
You ready? Okay.
All right, I did it. It's fine. Okay. We can see you guys now. Wonderful. Hello, good night. How are you all doing?
Fine, thank you.
Okay. What boy? You all are some serious employees there.
Thank you.
So who is the young lady on the screen? The young lady?
I am Mandisa Smith, a member of the Tyrant Technology.
Okay, Tidewind Technology. Wow. So give us a little synopsis. This is an activity that you all have there in Port of Spain with some of the youths there of Port of Spain, trying to make a significant impact and a difference in the lives of youths in Port of Spain. Tell us about that.
This is part of the Tyrant Technology Youth at Risk program in conjunction with the UNIPG, right? Helping the youth, training them to be able to gain revenue in the renewable energy market that is unfolding. This is Mr. Devon Matthews here, Devon Wilson, sorry, here. He actually
We're not hearing him. We're not hearing him. Come forward. Good night.
Hi, my name is Devon. I'm originally from East Port of Spain, and it's a trend that is dying young in this country. And we have an opportunity to get no work that everybody is doing Freemasonry, but a new system in the country. If we had these youth and them who could learn this community.
All right. So 1 minute. We're getting a little something from somewhere, and we can't hear him clearly. We're getting a little something from somewhere, and we can't. All right. It's sort of going away now. Hold a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Devon.
So now we're trying to help these youths. Well, now I'm living in St. Dan's. I've set a youth up in St. Dan's that I see the potential. I see that they just need a little push. So I came to Mr. Jerry and Mandisa here, and the pushing is so fast that in the last 2 weeks, with these youths learn, I don't even know. That's it. The opportunity to explain what them learn. You understand? So you can see that it's not just about us, it's about the youth forwarding in this country now, because this country is changing to solar, and we want to be ahead of the curve as the youths in this country. Right?
Can you hear?
Yes, I'm still here. You hear me, right?
We're having some audio issues going here. Ansel, are you there?
I'm hearing you perfect.
Okay, you hearing me, but I'm not hearing Ansel or Diana. But for the most part, I guess you're explaining what is going on. How has that the journey been with the learning of the new technology?
Well, for me personally, I see a complete change in this first set of youth that we bring here. I see a complete change. I see a change in attitude, the way they carry about themselves, and that's the first thing you really need. To see just give them a little push, and you will see how much things could blossom out of it. And these youths is testimony. The 2 weeks, and the change they're making in life, and the things they're doing in life. And have a whole community now that is really excited to learn what these little youths just learned in 2 weeks.
So you're saying that many other youths are interested in what you are learning at this
I
particular
can't
time.
believe everybody, the parents, the guardians coming by my gate, everybody coming calling, they want to learn, they want to learn, they want to learn, you know. So we now we looking to see if we can get this product into Port, deeper into Port Spain, more into the East Port Spain, because as I say, in East Port Spain I from, you understand? But just to get started, these youths and them here, I so proud of them. I can't even explain. Last year I let them explain for themselves how them feeling and how them feel to learn this kind of job now. Boy. To be the first youths in this country to learn this. That is a plus to it.
Well, let's hear from some of the youths.
Go to who talk to them. Say good night.
Yeah, good night.
Yeah, good night. Good night.
Yeah,
Tell us
my name is.
what the experience has been for you.
Well, so far that it was a good journey. The past 2 weeks, we learn, all of us learn real plenty, more than I thought we would have learned.
Was it a difficult
No, it was,
technology to get a grip on, or was it simple?
no, it was simple because I was already in electrical, like I was already doing electrical, so it was just yeah, I was done doing electrical, so it was easier for me to pick up than so many others was here. So for me it was easy, for some it was difficult.
So you were able to help your fellow brethren along the way so that they can better understand what was going on, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Good night. My name is Mark. Well, this what I learned here, it helped me a lot. I feeling better because before, well, I don't really want to go into all them details because it's long now. But this helped me a lot, and I willing to teach my other friends and them what to do because everybody want to learn how I do it.
Very good.
Good night, good night. My name is Cyril.
Nice, sir.
Well, well, this program helped me a lot. This program helped me a lot too. Because we used to be just home sitting down doing nothing. The other day, well, all as a matter of fact, all of us talking and I say, well, next year, we gotta do something with your life and then this opportunity came. So, it was very lovely.
Very good. What are your ages?
Well, I'm 17.
I'm 17.
17.
20.
Wow. So we're looking at teenagers here, predominantly teenagers, who are getting a grip on something that is new, that's changing their lives.
Good night, manager. First off, I just want to say how thankful I am for this opportunity. Like my family say, most of we were just home with nothing to really do, just spend the day. So this is just a nice thing to take care of, to be able to learn something new, to just get the experience, and just have people willing to teach us.
How did you guys first hear about this?
Well, it was really, I like the youths and them. I always had the youths and them around me. Actually, it's two out of all these youths here is be around me, so and me and Mr. Jerry, we have a communication. I do the transport for him with my vehicle. So we was talking about it, and I was telling him about the at-risk youths in St. Anne's, and then two of my youths died in an accident here today. So, all that just kind of push it forward now. He decided, well, he'll give us his time because he didn't have to do this. He'll give us his time, and he are not excited because he's seeing the benefits coming from it. You understand? And it was just about helping these youths to do something else because they want to do something else, and it blossomed into something beautiful. Serious.
As far as support from the community is concerned, how has that been going?
Well, so far, the community happy first because the usually I see we just walking around with nothing in the pocket, just you know idle. But now, since we started the program, proud. Everybody proud to see we not being on the road, waking up early to go and learn something else than just walk the road all day, just lying man. So yeah, the community is proud of
But
us.
with this new skill, you are able to help your community. Do you agree and do you think that you can now extend assistance to people in the community with this new technology?
Yeah, yeah, a lot because we have a place here called the mental, which is the St. Anne's Hospital, right? Right, they have our grounds and they need new lights. So we were saying we could actually help them and put in solar lights for them. You know?
Hi, I have a question. This is Miss Benskin. Is this a program that young ladies can be involved in also?
Uh,
No, no, I have three young ladies that interested, but where we really targeting though is the youths that get involved in crime. Trying to
Oh.
stop that situation from happening. We would like the young ladies to join in the future, but right now we're really trying to focus because 600 murders, that is time for we as the youth to stand up and take back what is ours. Because we the future of this country and we inherited this problem and they're blaming the youth for it. So it really are the at-risk youths who to turn them away from the crime situation in this country.
Could this be a program that perhaps could be incorporated in the school curriculum, in the secondary school curriculum, a training program as such, or is it just basically geared toward adults?
Well, I can't answer that question because we start with these youths and we was from this goal and this part is the amount of youth in Sudan and Sudan side now the amount of youth in Sudan come and invest in young ladies. So we try to facilitate but the current situation for youth when they finish some education academics. And then they go to trade and they want to trade that they ain't getting a job for. So we just mentor human beings and we trying to find a way to get out of it. Because most if you watch it out of it's mostly we young men dying. She's like
Oh, I'm well aware of it. And is this a program that can be taken up and down the Caribbean, or is it just going to be centered in Trinidad and Tobago?
well
that is for technology. That is for cyber. It will be introduced along with UNIP, Switzerland, and another country. And another country. So
we're getting a feedback from someone. I don't know who. Terrible feedback. Somebody has to turn down a phone or something. A unit, I think.
Okay, sorry about that.
That's okay.
Yeah, so it's little type. So it was an introduction to the youth in this area, in this area. Again, in conjunction with the PG, they have the it has been introduced. So we are taking the program to other.
we get lot of feedback. Now, Mr. Ferguson, who is the technocrat, or should I say the technician, or the master technician in this operation? Can we talk with him? Is he around?
Good night to the panel.
Yes, night, Jerry.
Good night.
What
Good
as a trainer, what is your experience with what has happened? And I mean, we want to commend you for giving up your time, because that is a very noble thing that you have done, training these youths free of charge.
Tommy,
well,
what
Tommy,
the challenges are, and what the
1 minute.
expectation is, and so on.
Tommy, we are getting some feedback. We're getting some
Not
feedback
from
from.
me.
So we are getting a feedback from somebody.
We have no devices on in the conference in this room here.
Okay, let me see. Okay, go ahead now. I think it's better now.
It's better now?
Yeah, I think it's better now.
Okay. Again, good night, gentlemen. These youths here have won my heart. I must begin by saying that they truly won my heart, because when I first heard about them, I said, well, no problem. Let's see. Let me see what I can do while I'm here. And I think the trick to it is what was different, because I can listen to them from each day they come, and based on their communication with me. We didn't have a set program. We look at the group of guys that we had here and tailor-made to suit their level of comprehension. So all we basically started off with is teaching them morals and techniques. And I must say, thank Mr. Charles of the NCC, who gave them an opportunity to come into NCC last few nights in a venue like that. And the discipline, the attitude towards setting up a test light for Mr. Charles to see. And that's with hope that NCC could consider the program that we are doing, and at least use a little portion of green in the upcoming, so that these guys could continue to have hopes that this industry can give them some kind of income. Already one of the things that fired them up, what we did is I give them directly the language, the basic things that they need to do to talk the language, and where what has to go where, read the symbols, color codes, and that allowed them within a short space of time to build, to assembly their own power supply. After they assembled the power supply, they were able to plug in television, phone, and radio, and fan. This is the basic things that a home needs. It puts something to them that they see where they start to feel proud. And before you know it, their aunties, and I started getting calls from parents, and they were required to get their gear and steel tip boots and safety gear. They all surprised me one morning, show up, so they look the part, they start walking the walk, they start talking the talk, and they start to act and behave in the manner and respecting. You know, at first, you'll hear how they'll talk to their other colleagues as if they were on the block. So then they have to understand that they are men now. They're not on the block. So how to address their colleagues, to talk to them different, because people will be listening. When you're out, when they went to the savannah the other night, the discipline, the attitude, everything was number one. So as the days go by, they're able now to assemble a LED light, do a solar park. It turned out that their own families and friends are giving them orders. So they're seeing where they can buy the parts, somewhere they can get the parts, and they go home and they assemble it, they install it, that's their money. And then they're even gonna make after effect money down the road to service the person panel, wash it, clean it, so they could see their own independence. And it turned out that many of their families was about to spend money into solar lights. And one person told me, hey, I will wait and invest in my nephew. So it started with friends and family and the community. Another gentleman ordered something from them. So what we are reaching out for, what they need assistance with right now, is that they can get the meters, the heat guns, the tools, the necessary stuff with the knowledge that they know. So they could independently take independent orders, come to one of the Tidewind locations, source the parts, and go and build it and give them a quality. Now what is going to happen as they're doing this, you will find that they will meet orders and requests from people of things they don't know. So when they come back, they have a back office support, and that's how they continue education in solar would be. So as they get a bigger sum to do, they come back, you teach them, and when they have to implement it, they know what to implement. So what I think now is the next move that while I'm here, before I leave next week, I'm meeting with couple with the mayor. I intend to meet with the mayor and reaching out to the ministers that where sports and culture is concerned, a percentage of renewable light should be used given these young guys, because this, I can see this is happening in other communities already, people from the east and other places. And Trinidad is going in the direction of solar farms. They already have a mandate to change all the lights in Trinidad to white LED lights. So these guys, if they don't, if they can get the footprint now, the little footprint now, it goes back to, if many of us think of the days of Texaco and Shell, a lot of Trinidadians here who started with Texaco and Shell became welders and drillers in other countries. So what Tideman is doing, and this side as corporate, we're looking at the communities and the government agencies to continue to support. So these guys and other young guys could have the hopes to see a new line of industry and position themselves, because we have an emerging market in Guyana and Suriname. So we at Tideman are going to do what we can to accommodate some of these guys in Suriname and other places so they get a little experience. But these are the same youth that need to come back to Trinidad and have a percentage of any cultural show on most places, because with the current health situation, you want to keep down the pollution. While we have a lot of generator-powered light, time to give these youths who are going to get involved in renewable energy hope that their product here could be assembled here and sell and service locally.
Mr. Ferguson, how long it took you from inception to their competence? How long it took you before they became competent in this technology?
Less than 2 weeks. You know, and because they were doing real trial and error, they would have blown a couple of batteries and stuff, but that's part of the learning process. So a couple of them would have got a little sparks and shocks, so that's part of the learning process. They were able to install panels on a 2-story building and install lights and other, and bring it into a charging port and set up charging ports. So the little things that are needed, these guys are doing that already in 2 weeks.
Mr. Ferguson, what parties are needed on board to make this pilot project a true success and to remain a residual in the future?
You need the sports and youth and culture, the Ministry of Education, all these ministries and the youth and culture schools, you know, because this is an opportunity in St. Kitts and a lot of the Caribbean other islands and that we had, the youths are doing and making money because everybody wants a solar light, everybody wants something to reduce electricity, and the places, so many rural areas. So that's an untapped market that the very local people are able to service, not buy outside, put up and then they don't go. These guys go into the inside of it so they can pick up and repair, change out, they know how to test, check the ratings. So this is why they need the instruments and the kits and stuff to be independent people, to go to people's homes, even some that they would have bought outside and not working, they will be able to go check the batteries, they know the wiring sequence and stuff like that.
And your product, couldn't it be seen as a competitor, and you know, they may not be so embracing of a competitor?
Well, we have an international brand. So what we are doing with these kids, after a certain period of time with experience we are gaining them, we are going to provide them with factory certification, just as Mercedes or anyone would have certified the technicians after a period of time in a particular brand.
Okay.
And we carry an American brand. So compared to a competitor, someone who using Chinese or some other type. They are using quality American goods. So I expect that the service, and we're going to ensure that they keep our American standard.
Okay. I don't have any more questions, Tommy. Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Ferguson, what,
Yeah.
how can we, or what is needed, or what are the shortcomings with this whole situation at this particular time?
Well, the knowledge that has already been imparted to these youths, and the energy and the change within the 2 weeks. You see, this process amazingly, and it's also amazing to me because I guess these groups, I don't think they have seen the group started, and there are 2 members not in the group, and they had to be dropped. And what we do, the group had a vote on it. If someone is going to affect their future in this, they agreed to part with that person. That's how serious they took it. So in terms of shortcomings with the energy, and what the shortcomings in this would be not having other continuous cooperation from other corporate societies here and other government agencies, giving them a little opportunity, as small it might be, something that giving them, some type of revenue. So like they have a carnival season, cultural shows, some part of these shows, they should have lights from these local guys giving them hopes. Without that, that would be a major shortcoming to the moral and to the hype and the energy that they have put into it, that they have now gained, and the confidence. They have gained confidence, they have hope. 2 things I've seen in them is a new sense of hope, that they will have the kind of money, and they could make the kind of money that could make them just focus on this and nothing else, and start acting and thinking like young men, right? They now have hopes, and they have the skill, they have the technique. And I've seen them checking each other to make sure when one shot. So they've also learned teamwork in a different way. Take sitting down in the block and liming and learn, and how they were started off, they get away with that for a couple of days. And then they all get into it, and now they know when they're here, and people will be looking at them. And so the discipline, everything, I would say, amazingly happening within just 2 weeks. So they're in control of their destiny, and they have what they need, and they are getting the support from their family and the community to sell them lights. So already I'm trying to see how we can get them passed so they can supply some of their friends and families who have been speaking to me and ask and saying that they want what they get. So we can only do so much as corporate, but for them to continue, it needs these other agencies to come on board.
And earlier a question was asked, what about spreading out the program and expanding the program, not just in Trinidad, but throughout the Caribbean and other parts of the world?
Well, that's one of the things we're getting ready to, I'm getting ready to choose one of the countries. It's either Suriname, Guyana, or Trinidad, where we're going to be hosting the African Caribbean Summit, which involves programs and exchange of personnel in terms of the youth and entrepreneurship for youths. So wherever Tidewind Suriname has this program going on, because Tidewind is set up in Suriname and Guyana. Those are 2 of the places in the Caribbean that is currently having these youths are having the opportunity to get into, as we put on our solar telecom network, and of course, what is needed here. This was just something that I happened to be in Trinidad, and before I left, they happened to talk to me, so I kind of rescheduled to give a little taste of what's going on outside. And these are the fortunate youths that got that taste, and they kind of win my heart over. So I'm doing everything, and therefore that's why I bring my Houston office, which is the Sister City Mission, the IPG, the UN IPG. We're going to do everything to support them, and we look forward to holding the African Caribbean Summit, which again is opening up employment and training with an exchange of technology. So we have non-stop flight from Antigua to Africa. So you'll find that a lot of these youths will get an opportunity, and more youths in Trinidad and the other Caribbean islands, to work all the way in Africa and come home with US dollars, to work in Guyana and Suriname and come home and they be gone. But when they come back home every 6 months or so, they come home with US dollars, just as if they were working offshore. Just as we have done with our proper people that we know with Texaco, and before it was Tetra-Trin, and how much people in Tetra-Trin are now in Guyana. So these experience that they're going to get out there will also position them that they should get a piece of any renewable, any contract that involves lighting in culture and youth. Those agencies must ensure that programs like these implement, and the schools to let the youths put up these lights.
Anybody else have anything else they want to ask?
No, I have no other questions.
Okay, well, Mr. Ferguson, do you have anything you want to share with us again?
I know that we did do a GoFundMe page, reaching out to assist these guys in getting gears and different stuff. So there's a volunteer thing to help these youth position themselves even more to be independent contractors.
And we also
give out information.
Where we can at least bring more youth involved, not just from East Coast, Spain, and in Thailand. The national vision on Kuala Waka, because he again deal with the youths in Laventille. So we spreading our arms, we trying to spread out as much of Trinidad as we can. Because it's not just St. Anne's alone, it's not just Port of Spain alone, but it's Trinidad and Tobago. The youths of Trinidad and Tobago we trying to help.
And basically, Tommy, what I do is I'm putting it onto these guys who say that they're training from me. They would have to train. So they have a responsibility to knowledge that they would have received and the opportunity to the other youth around their ages.
So, Jerry, someone wants to know if there are any other programs that you are teaching.
Not at the moment here, but the amount of people have been calling, we have been taking names, and we will put some things in place maybe for my next return to Trinidad or after the carnival.
Now, Jerry, if someone needs to get in contact with you, because I think that this type of program should be all over Trinidad and Tobago, how do they get in contact with you and the young lady? How do they get in contact with you guys?
Yeah, give them the number.
Tidens Technology Hotline, 236 3106. 236 3106. Sorry.
Say that again. Say that again.
1868 236 3106.
Now, Jerry.
Yes.
What is the goal for the amount of kids you want to reach there in Trinidad and Tobago? You have any number in mind? I mean, reaching one is important. Just reaching one alone.
Well, actually, I want to reach a handful and put that handful out there. Because one of the things that I think was a little bit different, that I would like that people who, the decision makers and the people who set up youth programs, is they set the programs and then they take it to try to implement it to the youths. These youths, you need to sit down with the youths and then develop your program. So that's one of the things what I did. What we teach is just technique, as I say, and morals. The formula don't change if you follow the formula and the technique. So instead of saying something and then going to put it on these kids who are out there for their comprehension, you need to sit down with them and then develop how you're going to present this training and this program to this particular group. So you have to have that. It has to be flexibility. That's, I think, is missing in a lot of the programs that are just set down from one source and don't take into consideration the people who have to comprehend what you're laying out. And there are many ways for someone to understand the same thing.
So Jerry, I know that you and Tidewind Energy would like this to be more than a one and done deal, right? You want this to be something. I see Jerry smiling. You know it was going to do that, Jerry. You know? Right? You want it to be more than a one and done deal, but something that can be done 365 days in the around the year, because solar is something that renewable energy is the future.
That's true, and I can see. I'm really think I'm confident enough to step out, and I have a group here that will multiply their knowledge and share it. Now, one of the things that the reason that this group understand, one of the things they understand, that this was not my doing, right? Like I, what the Father blessed me with, I'm blessing it with them, and I expect them to go out there and bless the other youths with the same knowledge. So this was not a where money was involved for them to come here. That's why morals was important, and it's just a real-time program because people are in real-time situations now, and people want real answers now. So you don't want to put these youths and tell them change and put them in a 6-month program before they see how they can make some money.
Yeah, I mean, because at the end of the day, right, this is future of these kids in order to put them in a different atmosphere, so to speak, or stratosphere, that they could become entrepreneurs, right? And they could start to do things. And it's not just local. This is something that could be done global, right? So many of these guys could be all the way up the island. If Trinidad and Tobago decide, you know what, we want to deal with all for whatever reason because we had to get to some big contractor in Trinidad. You know it was good, Jerry. Right?
That's where Thai can do its best to take them out to wherever. And we are in Africa and Suriname, and we have Tidewind Suriname. So then I will do as much as I can for the local youths here to give them international experience. We have been doing that in the past, and we would continue as we get the youths that are interested and use their youth to communicate with youth at their level.
Jerry, I don't think if you gave the people a little background about yourself and some of the things that you have done, because you come on here and people just hear Tidewind Energy. There was who is this guy? Who is this Jerry Ferguson guy, man? Is he a Trinidadian? If he's from Tobago, where he from the country? Is he close to where Tommy living or close to where Diana living? Where? Who is Jerry Ferguson? Who is Jerry Ferguson?
Entrepreneur, technology specialist, integrator, and we offer future 22nd century technology. So the reason that's what Tidewind slogan is all about is because our solutions and our technology today is what's going to take it to the 22nd century. So that's why we focus on the youth and have a youth program. I have been involved in some programs such as the solar program that you can get $35,000 at public utilities in Trinidad now to put your first solar unit in. I did the first pilot at Blanchishes for the homes, wrote the recommendations for $35,000. So we did the first homes in solar. Again, in Tobago, we light Pembroke grounds with solar, using the people from as far as Speyside coming to the community center. Again, I volunteer my time, and some of them did well, and they felt proud when they were able to put up the lights on Pembroke grounds. So those are just a few of the local things that we have been doing here. Recently, we do a solar power network. We send all our antennas and base are solar powered, even on the client end. So we offer a solar power network and private PCN. So in case of emergency, we do emergency light and emergency internet. So these guys going to have a range of stuff that is eventually, over the next 6 months, they're going to settle in. But now what we did is just give them the point A, what could make them money, helping the small rural area. The vendors, you have vendors with carts out there that need a little light and to have a little TV and a radio playing while they're selling. So there's a market for the low-end hanging fruits that the little point of thing that I give them is for those low-hanging market. And currently, as I sit as the UN envoy for Houston for the UN IPG, we have these programs with Africa and the youth. So I have to make sure, Port of Spain is my sister city. So being originally Trinidadian, I have to ensure that people in Trinidad have access to some of the stuff we're doing elsewhere. So it's up to the people here.
Yeah, well, Jerry, I think that what you're doing there is really fantastic, and I hope I'm not going to say I hope. I know the youths who are going to be part of this program, who are part of this program, going to feel like, yes, boy, yes, finally. Let me just talk to one of them youths right there, Jerry. Just pick one, and I want to talk to him for a minute. Just one of them youths. Just pick one of them.
Yeah, good night.
Yeah, good night. How are you going? What's your name?
Kamani.
Say it again.
Kamani.
Kamani. What part of Trinidad are you from?
St. Anne's.
St. Anne's. So Kamani, tell us in 3 minutes what this program have meant to you.
Well, it meant to me was like learning something more than just electrical plumbing, because everybody doing trades now, so it will be even harder to get a job now. So by reading this, there's another way to make money to and as a youth who grew up in St. Anne's, life wasn't easy, so being able to make money to help out your mother, your father, whoever, your aunt, your grandmother. It's a good opportunity, and I really enjoy it. Me and the friends.
So and I want all of you guys in there to understand this fantastic opportunities that you guys are getting, and that you guys make the best of it, because there's so much more things that can happen for you guys, and by extension, once that happens for you, there's so many other people you can assist as well, through this activity, this initial embryonic stage of what's happening here in Trinidad and Tobago. So thank you guys so very much. Let me speak to the young lady. So yes, young lady, tell us just tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I am Mr. Jerry's personal assistant.
Okay.
So I liaise with him in regards to the youths and stuff like that. Introduce to them. Yes.
No, thank. No, that's excellent. That's excellent. And Jerry, we want to thank you from the bottom of our heart for this initiative here with these youths, because they are our future, and you are giving them something that they can use for their future, and not just they alone, but they could also bring other people along too as well. It's each one teach one, each one reach one. So we really thank you and your company for this fantabulous, splendiferous, marvelous, tremendiferous, fantastic initiative.
Thank you, Diane, for having us. And Tommy, thanks everyone for having these youths and supporting what we do. And we'll continue to give you a breast as they make progress and see what they can do out now on the carnival season, what they're doing, and show their proud work. Whatever Tidewind, some of the stuff that Tidewind is getting, small stuff, we intend to give them the installation part of it to ensure that they keep. We're going to do what little we have, but we don't, most of our operation is out of Trinidad. So it depends for the rest of the people here who operation is here to continue and create opportunities.
But Jerry, just before you go, was there any other type of program like this in Trinidad and Tobago previously?
No, no one has told me, and everybody is saying no, and nothing that have given such a result in 2 weeks.
Okay, wow, in 2 weeks. Yeah,
Nothing
boy.
that give the that again. I got early morning calls, I say, from parents asking me what I do and thanking me because when they come home each night, the difference in them and the whole team, everything.
You see, just a little thing can make us a significant difference in the lives of these youths in Trinidad and Tobago. And I will say this, Jerry, you don't have to say this. If the current government will take some of that money they're spending elsewhere, you understand? And spend it in a project like this and have more people part of the project. You know how beautiful a place Trinidad will be and look? Just imagine. We could light up the place at night, right?
These kids will be proud. They will be proud to pass the show. A lot of them going to be young fathers just know, I did this. You have to give them something now for them to be proud of. So they would have been the ones saying, we did this, I did this. They're proud of it. It also help them keep it. Nobody will be looking to vandalize certain things because this is their community, this is what they did. So that spin off to go with it. Once we can get an agency to carry it further, but I hope that they become trainers and they can pass the knowledge on to people of their colleagues. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, all right, Jerry. Thank you very much. And say to all the gentlemen and the young lady, thank you guys and keep up the good work, okay?
One more thing, if any other youths out there want to get involved in the program, 2352. So
wait,
we go
say that again. Say that again. Wait a minute. Say it again slowly.
139-2352.
Say it again. Say it again. Say it again one more time.
Any youth that want to get involved in the program from St. Anne's, Environ, Port Spain, and Environ, you can call me at 739-2352.
Okay, 739-2352.
Yeah.
Okay, there you have it. Thank you guys so very much and continue all the success, and we wish everyone the best in the future.
It's a good night. Thank you.
Good night.
All right. Take care. Yeah, good night.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Thank
Okay.
you all.
All right.
Good night.
Good night. Yeah, there you have it, man. Fantastic. So there you have it, boy. That's a very good program. That's a very, very good program here. So let me go for the station identification, right? And we'll be right back after this. It's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Stick and stay, folks. We'll be right back after this short message. It's Diana, Tommy, and some, and you in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Stick and stay. We'll be right back.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM. You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Help! Somebody help me! I'm looking for Jacka. Boy, I try to go around the country now. I don't know what to do again. Looking to buy a donkey to sell coconut in town. Can't afford to buy a pickup to tote me nuts around. So I gone up in the country looking for jackals to buy. But everybody I check, they keep on telling I. They say up here do a donkey, aliment a plenty. Up here do a donkey, aliment a plenty. If you want to see real donkey, aliment a plenty. If you want to find real donkey, aliment a plenty. Donkey for sewing day, donkey for sewing day, donkey for sewing day, donkey for sewing day. Donkey with PhD, doctorate, law degree. Donkey that dance for so, don't know from head to toe. Looking for a donkey, you want to find real donkey. Fat donkey, maga donkey, any kind you can get it. Oh, I went down south in Rancho and also Lofino. Fight of Mondo Nevo and Brasso Seco. They say it have a old man, he bound to have a few. But when I check the old man, he and all same too. He say, up here do a donkey, parliament a plenty. Up here do a donkey, parliament a plenty. If you want to see real donkey, parliament a plenty. If you want to find real donkey, parliament a plenty. Donkey for sewing day, donkey for sewing day, donkey for sewing day, donkey for sewing day. Donkey with weave and rats, even bald head jackass. Donkey that straight and gay, donkey that old and grey. Looking for a donkey, you're looking for a donkey. You know Chinese donkey, I know what black donkey, grey donkey. What you telling me about? Boy, hey. Oh yeah, I wonder if Arena happened. They said that donkey looking like Saddam and some looking like Madam. Long time had plenty donkey all over the country. You coulda buy 2 or 3, easy. But since it have a shortage of jackass, so they say, just wait until election when they come out to pray. Up here do a donkey, parliament a plenty. Up here do a donkey, parliament a plenty. If you're looking for a donkey, parliament a plenty. If you want to see real donkey, parliament a plenty. Donkey for sewing day, donkey for sewing day, donkey for sewing day, donkey for sewing day. Donkey in suit and tie, who love the mama guy. Drunk and corrupt donkey, that like to lie plenty. Looking for a donkey, so you want to find real donkey in Rice Road. Oh boy, you have to have national pride. Up in the red house now, they going back up there. I never go up there before. Boy, ask people now. Looking for a donkey, you up and down the country. I feel like go check out my partner Ronnie, you know. The old donkey man, he must know where I could get some. Before they looking to send me in prison or something, you know.
All right, we are back with you. It's in the village with the DAT Triplets.
I say you get up one morning, you elders have
on Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. So yes, folks, we had a very entertaining discussion there. We hope that's something that could be duplicated all across Trinidad and Tobago. And, you know, with seeing the youths, that's the most important thing, you know, seeing the youths and them, you know, and, you know, it's funny, right? When you go through New York, you see these carts on the sidewalk at night, and they are lit up, man. It's like, you know, and they have the menu scrolling up to the top of the cart, you know, it's really something to behold, you know, and seeing that we could have these type of things in Trinidad and Tobago, you know, I think it's excellent. And sometimes you just have to start something, you know what I mean? So, you know, so we saw that Miss Christine Kangaloo is now going to be the next president. She's going to be sworn in sometime in March, right? We also saw that 3 UNC representatives had spoiled ballots. You know, there's questions about that. You know, did they spoil it? Did they spoil it? Was it spoiled conveniently? Let's put it that way. Was it conveniently spoiled in order to send a message to Mrs. Kamala Prasad Bissessa, or was there something else? You know, so that is, you know, so that is what we have to wait and see. Rennie just came in. The love doctor just came in. Rennie, good night. The love doctor is in the house. Yeah, Nadia saying yes, the love doctor is in the house. So he take that name with a badge on her, you know. The love doctor. Adrian Jones, good night to you as well. You know, welcome.
That's opinion box.
Yeah, I know. Welcome to you, Adrian. Adrian, I saw your video, and I think your video make a lot of sense. And you know, I actually was gonna play tonight, but you know, a little technical difficulty. So, you know, it does go sometime, right? So, we also see that we saw that Master Screaming Walker, right?
You see how you just start she up, eh? Okay. You can just call the woman name.
Oh, yeah, you know what? I shouldn't delve like other Trinidadians and I'll call people names, you know. You're absolutely correct. Marsha Walker. Thank you very much, Diana, for correcting me. I stand fully corrected. So Marsha Walker went to the RIC convention, I will say, conference, right? And sometimes, boy, you know, how you speak takes away from the message. You know, sometimes they talk about the message and the messenger, right? You know, like, for example, highly political leader have some good messages many times, but the message is lost because it's coming from him. So if one of the other young ladies was to put out that same message that he's putting out, I think you will get much more positive reaction to the message and towards PEP, right? And it's the same thing for like the UNC, right? Mrs. Kamala Prasad Bissessa is basically, you know, a spent force. You know, Dr. Keith Christopher is also a spent force. But something that people are overlooking, Christine Kangaloo is going to be the next president until 2028. Right? Because we in 2023, right? Yep. She's going to be there for 5 years, right? So it doesn't matter what happened in the next general election, right? A PNM president is going to be there for another 2 years or another 3 years.
Is that good or bad? Are you there?
No, he's gone. Yeah. I don't know if it's good or bad. I am, you know, right now, Tommy, I am spent. I am spent with the childish attitude, the I don't want to say racial, the biases and people playing it out. You know, their personal biases, and they're not really thinking country and future and of the children of the country, right? I am spent with Trinbagonians to not be able to say, you know what, this ain't right. We need better. We can do better. Let's put somebody in there that will do for all of us and not south of the country only and leave out north and not north of the country and leave out. I am so tired of all you. I'm tired of them. I'm spent, you know? Because if that were the case here in the United States of America, what happened to we, Tommy?
I don't
What
know.
would happen? What would happen? Right? How the
Yeah.
country would be in shambles. I'm tired. I'm tired. Sometimes I don't want to talk about it because I want to see how it's gonna play out in the election. And whatever they get, let them live with it. You know, there are people still reaching out to me for help. And you know what I tell them? Go to your relevant authorities in Trinidad and Tobago. That's what I tell them. Go to your relevant authorities.
When we can treat with the divisiveness, and then we're good. Because it's strictly UNC and PNM and UNC instead of Trinidadian and Trinidadians.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired and I'm fed up. You know, I heard the same thing was going on in Guyana, but they seem to have been able to navigate that terrain and come to some sort of mutual understanding. You know, I'm fed up of people in Trinidad being putting race. I'm fed up of them putting religion, Hindu versus Muslim versus. I'm tired of it. And that is what is destroying Trinidad and Tobago. I'm tired of hearing, well, I PNM till I'm dead. I'm fed up of that too. I UNC till I'm dead. I'm tired of that too. I'm tired of that. What PNM till you're dead make? What's that doing for you? And you see what they do to them youths in La Horquetta. What's that? What PNM till you're dead? Tell me. Tell me, is that making you a millionaire right now? UNC till are dead. They for some reason they got blinders on and they're not able to step up out of it and say, well, you know what? I gotta think country. I gotta think about these youths. I gotta think about my children. I gotta think of my grandchildren. No. And that's what's gonna I don't know. I give up. Go ahead, Tommy. I give up.
You give up? Why are you giving up?
I give up. I give up on Trinidad. I'm tired of them, and my thing is buffering. I'm tired of them, and you know.
We have to keep hope alive.
Keep hope alive.
There's just no way we can just throw the towel in, because you throw the towel in and that means there goes nothing.
And you know what? When I see how the way this world is going, I am so glad I don't have any children to leave behind in all this mess. I'm so glad because I don't know.
How many people you want to duplicate your effort?
I don't know, boy.
Because if your parents thought that way, then you wouldn't be here to even be part of this conversation.
Well, they were two irresponsible idiots. But I'm fighting as a black person. I'm fighting for acceptance. You see, oh, you turn. It's some issue affecting people.
It's always been that way. It's always been that way and will continue to always be that way.
Because of mankind and his ways.
Man's heart, the heart of man.
Yeah, look, Albert said Trinidad is a failed state. Look how many murders they have for the year already. Or let me let me correct myself. Murders and homicide and it's different. How many people have lost their lives by gun violence already?
I stop paying attention. I don't want to. It's bad for my energy.
And it's more than the days of the year, the month. We're on the 21st day. I understand they have 30. Now you continue that way with, and you know, and the black on black crime. But yet, you know, on one other end you'll hear Black Lives Matter. But
you know, I mean, if there's no income generating system in place for the youth, and they see no hope, what's going to happen? That's why what Ferguson doing is very positive. I mean, the fact that he
Yeah, well, and that should be duplicated all over Trinidad and Tobago, up and down the Caribbean. Because I understand, crime is all over. But the lack of jobs, lack of opportunity, that could be fueling. You're telling me that, oh, wean myself off the government. Okay, we may have not followed the law and protocol and zoning, etc., and put up a structure to try to be self-sufficient. You come and you knock it down. That's a form of bullying and psychological torment. If the person had to scramble, the lady said they had to scramble to get this. Some of them cost $3,000, $8,000 to put up these structures, and you come and you knock them down. You knock them down in front of them. So what are you trying to tell them? What message you would get from somebody do you that, Tommy? You're trying to make a structure to feed your family and support yourself. How would you feel?
I would feel very disappointed in whoever is running the show.
Disappointed, and all this is happening while a black prime minister is in charge. This is the hurtful thing, huh? You have a black prime minister in charge, African. I'm gonna say it, African prime minister, and African people catching in the end. They're trying, and you're going to knock down the structure, Dr. Rowley. You think that is fair?
No, well,
come on.
You know what his mantra is: let the rich get richer, and they will help the poor. The poor is not really try to empower themselves. Let the rich get richer, and they'll give handouts to the poor.
Come on, Dr. Rowley and Foster Cummins. Oh my, I don't know. I condone it, but in my mind somewhere, I could understand why them fellas decide they go in and go do lawless things. Yeah? Because I'm like, but the odds are stacked against them. They're stacked against them. God knows how to scramble and get that little money to put up the structure. You knock it down. You knock it down. Adrian is right. Right? I don't know what else you want to talk about, Tommy. You have any other answer and drop off? My thing is buffering here, Buff. I'm looking.
I was having some problems earlier on with that echo. I couldn't figure it out, but I messed around until I somehow got it sorted out. But
yeah, my thing is spinning here on my thing, and don't be surprised I drop off. I'll have to run quick and mess with the router because I've been doing it all evening. Something is going on. We have some high winds up here. Yeah. So, what was it Albert saying there?
Let me see what Albert's saying.
O'Reilly says, Farley bake and dry hard sponge cake. You real think he transformational, yet you're always talking bad about Philip, the only man doing things for Trinbagonian. Ooh, highly hitting him hard there, boy. The youth unemployment is over 40 years old. And how long PNM been in power? Please listen to Lady Gypsy 2023 Calypso. Is that the one, the political cemetery, or is it another one? How come Dr. Rowley and co-member and Stuart Young speak rude and disrespectful to the population and people get the message? Albert, be careful. What else he's got here? Any other comments in there?
The King.
All right, let me go find a song or something.
The Black Power revolution was because of the forge on a large unemployment in the 60s. Can you hear me? Are we reaching? Well, let me read from the chat. Jerry, this is Judy. Jerry X.
I say you get up one morning, your elders have something, you don't know how they get it, but you want to use it. But if you ask them old people to get the things what they went through, ask them this any day, and your parents sure to say, black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're able to get a pulley and jam with the devil. Why? Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're ready to swim offshore and hold your boat steady. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something with that dragon eye, you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man do get nothing easy. Say you get up one morning, and oil money running. How it come you don't know, so that it can how the thing go. But if they read about Uriah, they wanna find out the pressure. How we get so much old hell to get a penny from TLL. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something, with that eagle eye you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing easy. I say we get up one morning, independence happening, getting the thing come easy. Now they're taking liberty, but if they know about petition, we are to send to England for some woman to tell we in this colony free. Black man have to keep on jabbing, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. People hold you, humiliate you, turn on and sell you, and then they free you. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something.
Yeah, black man have to keep on jamming for black man to get a little something. See?
We lost Anselm?
Yeah, he seems to have gone. The youths, you know, look, Usain Bolt. They steal all of Usain Bolt. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. They stole his money.
And they see, I saw. Go ahead.
He was, after all the shenanigans, he was left with $2,000 US.
Yeah, boy. That is so. And I saw some video, you know, but I'm very suspicious of videos on TikTok. There you can't say unless the source, you see another source behind them. But they showed different women, and it's alleged that these women, it was some sort of lack of a dragnet, some sort of group, and they all conspired, and they see allegedly they moved the money around so they can't trace it. But and apparently he's not, people are up in uproar in Jamaica because they said if they can do that to Usain Bolt. She said one lady did a video. She said, "What would they do to me and my little $3,000?"
They don't want that. They want the millions.
Yeah, that's right. Huh?
He was a billionaire in Jamaica, no?
Yeah, boy. I hope he get back his money. I hope he
He said the
recoups.
police are working on it.
I hope he recoups something because they would know where they shift it around. I hope Come on, jeez, man. He can't go and run a. He might get endorsements, continued
He's
endorsement.
retired from running.
Right, but he could get continued endorsements because his character is not tainted or anything like that. So he represents a positive figure. So I believe he's still viable to get.
Still marketable.
Yeah. All right. No, I was gonna tell them to call in, but they can't call in because you know why. What else can we? What else is there to talk about?
Well, I guess everybody's in carnival mode.
What Rennie says, Diana, I would take care of you, but I will have to put Stormy in an orphanage.
Uh-oh.
You want to be with me? You want to be with my dog too? Why am I putting my dog in an orphanage? No, no, no. My dog's staying with me.
Because we got to make sure Stormy is a well-behaved dog, eh?
What?
I say he's got to make sure that Stormy is well-behaved.
Nobody got to make sure Stormy's well-behaved. When I enter the room, Stormy drops to his belly and put his ears back.
Okay.
Stormy knows what's up.
He becomes a low rider.
He knows what's up. Yeah, because people have dogs and they're barking, not him. Stormy knows better. Don't jump on my chair. Don't jump up in my bed. Don't chew on stuff. He knows. It's how you train them. Why am I putting my dog in an orphanage? All right, so what else can we talk about in the chat? Is there anything else? I didn't make any notes to talk, I usually have salient points and videos of stuff people send me. Let me go here. Anything else, Tommy, is there to bring up for the group?
And he said, "Look, man, I have to keep on jamming. You got to do something."
Let me go to my groups
What's
here and
that
see.
mean by that? Eh?
Let me see here. Go to my group and see what what people have been sharing me. I also saw a video where over in Jamaica where they said the Chinese built some hotel and they didn't want what happened?
Then I hear me laughing when he say, "Then when I tell you roll over, you will roll over."
Rennie, right? And they burnt the thing down because they allegedly they didn't want black people staying at the hotel.
Oh yeah, I saw that. They burnt it to the ground.
So Jamaica.
They don't play.
Ooh. I saw here just drifting from the political the thingamajig. I saw here where scientists have reversed the aging process in mice for the first time. Is that good or bad, Tommy?
I don't know. What do you think?
Well, then they're gonna live forever now, and you're not gonna be able to get rid of them. But then they tend to use mice as guinea pig on things they're gonna use on humans. Now, those humans that we don't want living around, I could name a few forever. That technology may become available to them. That it has its good and its bad. Right? I saw here where a US based Amerijet enters a lease import of Spain.
Yeah, I saw that
And
too.
a whopping 25 jobs are going to be realized
Yeah, right.
from this activity. 25 jobs.
Well, hopefully 100 people will get affected by that.
When I saw that, I said, 25 jobs.
Whoopie do yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay, all right.
Well,
All right,
guess what? One cocoa will fill the pot.
Then I had to continue down. I saw the head of the TTPS said criminal division or said close to 552 people reported missing in 2022.
How many were recovered?
Didn't say that. Right?
But
500 and
highly given Aunt Slim some looks here. He said Aunt Slim probably making another rice and beans with sweet bread in it.
I sometimes he leave highly alone. There's a young man on here. His name is, I think his last name is Saran. I can't get Kevin Saran, and
Kevin Saran.
he poses some very interesting questions. And one of them he talked about the payment of the government who owes electricity companies 1.2 billion for supplies to hospital, police stations, schools, etc. So that is the reason for the hike in the rates to the average consumer. Highly, the jamming go make a woman give you a little something after. Highly, 25 jobs, yeah. 25 jobs.
Yep.
That's progress.
Yep.
That's progress.
That would suffice for closing down Petrotrin.
And then I saw someone shared with me a car was on fire outside of Wassa, but there was no water to put the fire out.
True.
The car burned. What's going on there, Tommy? And then I saw, I'm raising these things, I saw where this guy, they put gas in the car and he's dipping sand, residual, like sand out of his gas tank. Is that possible to do?
I know instances where people want to spite other people. They put sugar in the gas tank.
No, but this guy is putting his hand inside the gas and he's dipping out sand from inside, from in the gas. So I said, what is that? He said, that is the gas you're getting. I said, Tommy, I don't know.
Something's wrong with that because all gas pumps supposed to have filters on there.
That's what I say too. But anyway, so the thing is, there was a place, Brasso Venado. The residents are suffering because the roads are in bad condition. The children can't use the roads to get to school. People can't get to take the children to school, and they're begging whoever is it, Garcia or Sinanan, to fix the roads that the people can get in and out to go to school. But the highlight of the night is this is a La Horquita, and they knocking down of the structures and disenfranchising the people. They're trying to make a living. I don't know. I don't know, Tommy. Oops. Oh dear. Hold a minute. Go ahead, Tommy. Something's going on with my phone.
Yeah, well, hey, this is another journey that we have to take. But for the most part, I mean, let me get to this here. A lot of people have to realize the way things are, because most people don't want to be part of the process. They just want to be part of the outcome. But the process is where you figure out what's worth being part of the outcome. And this is what
It's
is
spinning.
plaguing us.
Yeah, it's spinning. And yeah, see?
Yeah, I was saying most people don't want to be part of the process. They just want to be part of the outcome.
Good night, Miss Coover. You're in. You're according to Hailey Watax. It's because of the ignorance of race voting matters more. And I believe you, Hailey, because people aren't able to draw up from themselves and say, you know what? I gotta make things better. I gotta make my vote make things better. But I never used to follow politics in Trinidad and Tobago. I was never. That's what it's one animal I don't go around. I don't go around politics and people's religion.
But I'm gonna tell you something, Diana. Politics is in everything. Families, churches, you name it. Your water,
And that
your energy,
and
everything.
you're absolutely right. Politics is in everything. And I learned a long, long time ago, you cannot legislate a person's thoughts and actions. I learned that. So I do not try to do that. I don't like do you want to do what you want to do? Go right ahead. But in your execution or whatever you're doing, as long as you don't physically, you know, encumber me, hurt me anyway, we good. Well, you go ahead, do you. Go right ahead. All right. But politics and religion, those are two animals mm, I leave alone.
Yeah, but you 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 cannot ignore it, so you just can't.
I can ignore it. Oh yeah. But I ignored the whole situation in Trinidad since I migrated. I honestly go I left Trinidad in 1979,
Well,
and I
if you're not
really
part,
never I really
if you're
really
not part of the social system, then you can ignore it. But wherever you are, you have to pay attention to what's going on there, the politics of that particular environment that you're in. So
yeah I really I really got involved in when time for me to vote in Barbados I went vote, and when I migrated here time I was able to vote. I vote, but mm-mm. I find this politics it brings out, oof.
the politics
Here.
surely affects your quality of life. I saw it time and again, especially here in the United States. When Reagan started with his rhetoric, it affected the society in a really serious way. When you think about all the things that happened look, when Carter time, you saw a difference. In Carter time, it was a milder, gentler society because of the approach he took to the governance. Reagan, with all the rhetoric and divisive statements he made, so many bad things happened in Reagan while Reagan was in power. And then, you remember the Howard Beach
Michael, can't get his
Griffith?
last name. Griffith, okay.
Remember Michael Griffith?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because an attitude takes precedence based on how the governance spew rhetoric that infuriate the bigots.
I remember the O.J. Simpson verdict, polarizing the office that I worked in. I remember that clearly, because
Mm-hmm.
the black people were like, "Yay!" and you should see the look on the face, right? So I was like, "Whoa!" you know, something as small as that. I mean, I would, that's not a political thing, but it polarized the office. And and you're right, Tommy. Politics is in everything. A lot of jobs I had, right? When the politics start to play, I mm-mm, mm-mm.
You know, you be working with people for years and don't know who they are,
Mm.
except when something political comes up, and then you really get to see who they truly are. They be smiling and laughing and talking with you every day. It's only when serious matters come up, and
Mm.
you know who's who in the zoo.
Well, I see it play out in corporate America and places I've worked. You know, you either what is expected of you, you can't make joke. If you make a joke, you offend somebody. Good, all right. You can't say what you really mean, so you have to grin, skin teeth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I am not good at none of them games. So my corporate career was short, brief. I tend to look for jobs that wasn't up in the ivory tower and you go in and manage her. I would prefer the manager at a remote location, or I look for jobs that outdoors, or more physical and not in a corporate. I know I don't do well in corporate settings. I don't,
Yep.
because I am
Recon-
I am not
reg-
I'm not one to play no game. I don't know how
Reaganomics
to,
forced me.
and I'm too old to learn. Huh?
Reaganomics forced me to empower myself. And I couldn't just take it anymore. The corporate stuff.
Yep. Yep. I mean, after you work in jobs where you're not being they're giving you good reviews. They give you a meager raise, just enough to buy a metro card to get into the people work, eh? But you see, they're bringing in people are not trained in the position you're in, or the nature of the industry you're in. I'm putting them and have you train them, and they're over you.
Oh yeah,
Politics.
I dealt
Yeah,
with that on more than one occasion,
yeah,
especially during
yeah.
the era of Reaganomics.
Politics. You know. So it is in families. Lord knows it's in mine. And but when it comes to family, I just say what I got to say, and who ain't like it, that's their business, right? If it means I'm isolated, hey, better for me, better for me. More people like better for me. I ain't got to worry about you, right? But the actual thing, politics, is a dangerous thing, boy, and you're seeing it play out in Trinidad and Tobago. I didn't know people felt so, for lack of a better word, bleeding heart, about this. Well, they identify as, you know, having belonged to a certain political party. I ain't belong to none, and I glad, and I feel good. I feel very good. I don't belong to none. Now, if they want my vote, they have to work hard for it. They have to really convince me that you're going to do something for the youth of the country, change the tide around for the safety of women, create employment opportunities, do away with this ageism thing, only hiring between 18 and 35. So, why am to a 36-year-old? Them entitled to work? Huh?
So they're supposed to make the million already and be
But I thought
retired.
I thought they want you to work up. They want to change the working age up to 70 now. So if you're allowed to and I find that to be so. You're allowed to advertise or looking for workers must be only between 18 and 35. So I said to myself, what madness is this? And they're
Well, you
allowed
have
to
to be
do it.
inside. You have to be
Huh?
inside by 35. You have to be inside by 35.
We mean inside by 35.
Well, in your professional or career or whatever.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I find that to be they should not be allowed to do that. Can they do that in America unless it's in the military and which requires physical agility and all that good stuff? They're not allowed to do that, are they?
Nope, they cannot do that. They cannot discriminate.
Yeah, you can't discriminate because and when they advertise a job, all kind of people show up for the job, all ages, all creeds, all of them. but only in Trinidad I see 18 to 35. And I saw it and I said, what is in this job? And sometimes it's a clerk, what is in this job that a 36-year-old can't do? That who may have the qualifications to. What's in the job? Tommy, any input?
I don't know what's in the job, but they know something we don't know.
Hailey said, Albert said, people like bad treatment. They elected Ronald Reagan twice. Carter was too good, so they. Ooh, and Carter's still alive, batting him.
Praise God.
Highly, what? The frog, PNM, and the scorpion, oh Lord. While Pep shining in the dark like birth out of sun. Pep the future. Hey! Albert says Dr. Keith Rowley, treatment to Trinidadian, bad. They voted him back in again. They didn't get enough bad treatment, so keep him for more. Albert Montana. Jesus came on earth to save the world. And the people say, crucify him. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Albert. Whenever you are perceived as a threat or you're different and special, people seek to terminate you. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Whenever you're perceived as a threat or there's a different agenda, or you have a different agenda, or they have a different agenda, you're seen as a threat. You're right. So while we're at it, it's almost that time. I'm gonna call out some people to put in the closing comments. Mr. Love Doctor, if you're here, still here. Judy, Hailey, Albert. Who else is here? Nadia, are you here? You can put in a closing comment. So Rennie, Nadia, Hailey, Judy, Albert, Miss Coover. Put your closing comments. Start with your closing comments, putting them in. So we won't think. Anything else you want to say, Tommy?
No.
I wonder what happened to Anselm boy, the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Connectivity.
I'm buffering. Oh God, I am buffering too bad. Yes, I think tonight the devil have a hand in running the land.
Oh boy. At one point my set was making so much noise I was wondering what's going on.
Yeah, but that's a good program that Tidewind Technology is doing though. And it could be something that could be put in the schools too. Like capture them from young as a trade. Inside. So all children are not academically inclined. You know what I mean? Books.
Yeah, that's what
Some
Jerry
are
was saying. He was
with their
saying that you gotta meet
hands.
them where they are.
Yeah, with their hands, and
Yep.
like to see girls in it too, it's not
Yeah,
all,
but
it's not
like he said, the problem with the at-risk youth is
mostly
mostly with the boys.
boys. I wonder why is that though? Why is that? And you might have a boy and a girl in the same household, but the boy would be the one more, you know,
It may be a
go,
twin.
yeah, going to crime. I mean, we should have somebody in the village to discuss that.
I think
How
peer pressure is probably meted out on boys much more than girls.
you mean what? So he has to prove his
Yeah.
his manhood and all that.
Yes, the other boys. Women
Mm-hmm.
don't force each other to prove womanhood.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that? Any woman trying to bully
I
you
didn't
into
hear you say that again.
do you remember any other girls trying to bully you into proving your womanhood?
Nobody tried to bully Diana. That's all I'm gonna say.
But do you remember any women bullying other women?
No.
Mostly boys, right?
I, But you do have girls that you have girls in prison.
Yes, but what percentage of the population versus the male?
That's a
Remember
good
Dr. Muhammad was
question.
telling us, well, 3%, is it 3? I can't remember it carefully. 3% of the prison population is women.
Hmm.
What percentage are young black men?
And I was watching. I like to watch a lot of old, verified documentaries, and I was what there's a feed called Hezekiah News, Hezakay, and they have been able to capture, and a lot of them documentaries are in black and white from the 70s and the 60s and stuff, right? And they're able to capture and preserve certain documentary and films on YouTube. And whenever I'm going to write something, a poetry, a speech, and one thing that I stood out with me in some of the documentaries I saw where the youths didn't they stopped going to school in Baltimore, right? And some in the 70s. And somebody said as a result of that, the Baltimore the city went awry, and there was crime and all kinds of stuff. So I said to myself, wow, you saw the beginning of and Baltimore used to be a hip and up and coming city, right?
Right,
And then you
right.
saw when the youth stopped going to school. And I said, there you go. You must invest in the youth for, the future of a place to survive, right? Because we know what kind of place Baltimore is. And it went downhill. I saw the documentary where the Anselm has rejoined us now. Can you hear us, Anselm?
Yeah, man, you guys.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Yeah.
And there are other programs that they removed from the school that created some serious degradation. For example,
Mm.
there were
Mm.
music programs in schools that they got rid of, and it created some devastating effect.
Well, I remember when I went to high school, the first high school, Curab Junior Secondary. They gave us the girls were doing home ec and the boys got to do industrial arts, right? And I realized in home ec, I don't cooking and boiling rice and mixing flour. I said, I don't want to do this. I already do this at home. I know how to do this. And
Yeah,
then
but
you're teaching you how.
there were a lot of young ladies who needed it.
Well, I didn't need it. So I challenged them. I said, I want to do industrial arts. I want to learn how to make bench, cut wood, put things together. And they teach you how to make a toolbox. And you had to learn how to cut on, you might have cut on the slant. They teach you how to
Did they
make
allow you to do
bookshelf.
industrial art?
But of course, because I challenged them. I
You
didn't,
could
wa- I
build a
didn't,
house.
yeah, I didn't want to do cooking and kneading flour and seasoning chicken I'm like, that's a waste. I told them that's a waste of my time. I don't want to do that. So I think and I think they should, going into those kind of programs, you should have a choice whether you're doing home ec or you want to learn industrial art. And in doing the industrial art, cutting and measuring wood, it helped me with my math.
But
I was
Diana, I hired a bunch of women from the MUST program that was
mm,
being run in Trinidad, and they worked out really well. As a matter of fact, with my construction project, women did better with my system than men. I always tell people
mm,
that. As a matter of fact, the
woman.
supervisors were women. The construction
Thank you.
supervisors were all women.
Mm, mm. Um, Anything you got to say, Anslam?
No, I'm just listening. No.
Yeah, but my thing is buffering and. All righty. Do you want us to drop a song then or something?
I mean, you
You
guys
have
are
the control. It's easier for you to do. For me to do it, it's kind of cumbersome.
okay. Well, we only got a few minutes left, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got about a few minutes left. I was just going through some of the comments. And of course, Hailey always make Interesting comments. He just said, Ansem, you don't bun the rice and beans with sweet bread.
Oh,
You know,
you reading that?
yeah.
I need a
You know,
comedian.
yeah, you know, it's funny. I say that. You know, I actually cook rice and beans today, but I put corn in it today. I put some organic corn in it. And
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, breads. When I'm finished, I eat a plate hot. It feel good too bad, man. It tastes good too bad. I ain't gonna lie to you. It really tastes good. So highly, boy. Like you have ESP, boy. You have a camera here, and you're seeing what I'm doing. Yeah, I cook today. So
I
cook.
see Farley giving out bread and thing up in Laventil again.
Farley or
Farley.
Farley?
Juke, sorry, my bad, Juke.
Oh,
Okay.
but you didn't see
I
Juke.
thought Farley took over from Duke.
No,
Yeah,
my bad, Juke.
you didn't see Juke doing a public-private partnership with OWTU. Yeah. I mean, if since it is I'm doing this on my phone, on the laptop, I already had the video. Juke doing a let me Juke. Farley doing a public-private partnership with OWTU in Tobago. And yeah, I wanted to put up something. This is what transformational leaders do. You know, so I mean, think about that, right? If it's politics,
Public.
OWTU,
Do you
huh?
say public-private,
Yeah,
Anselm?
public-private, yeah.
But how private could that be when they're both public servants?
Well, maybe OWTU has well, maybe OWTU has their own company.
But OWTU is okay. All right.
OWTU could be considered to be they have a private company,
All right.
right? So, remember now, the other company was trying to take over Petrosian, right?
True.
Right. So that could be the same company trying to do business with with THA, and I think it's a good initiative.
Is it energy related business?
Yeah, it's something energy related. Yeah. So I forgot what it was, boy. Something in Tobago, in some part of Tobago, but I thought it was a good idea, you know. And then did you guys see the Duke the new song Watson? Yeah, the new song, right? Watson. That was pretty. The woman have a son. She had two sons, and one of them, his name is Watson. What son she asking, right?
like
What?
they play, they're making a play on like the guy. You don't want no Rowley.
Right. So she asked him, what son you talking about? That is interesting, you know. But we go play that. We go by the time next Tuesday come around, people already hear it, and I actually shared and I'll actually share it. Eiley say maybe it's not transformational. Eiley, the fella, you may not like it, Eiley, and your leader is not a transformational leader, but Farley Chavez Augustine is a transformational leader. Plain talk, bad manners. The ideas the fella come up with is transformational. You know,
I don't know
so
why they don't get Tobago. They are time let them run their own thing and leave Trinidad in their mess. And let us stay down there and fight racial war between themselves, and they'll see how Tobago will go forward and leave them right there.
yeah, I mean, we have to be honest in that the way things are going in Tobago, we can expect big things to happen in Tobago.
Yep.
You know, and the things that you see that are happening, for example, right? They're having meetings all across Tobago, right? That is something the PNM should be doing. They should be having meetings in all 41 constituencies. You know, not because you only have 22 constituencies, you have one, you'll disregard the other 19, right? You should be.
But Anselm, they may meet with the level of hostility that could create a security risk in communities that aren't PNM strongholds and PNM centered, or should I say? You understand? You get where I'm going with this?
Yeah, but Tommy, if you just go to your 21 constituencies, then you know really about country then.
I wanna agree, except that they gotta tread carefully, because Trinidad is a highly polarized society, as you very well know. Tobago may be a lot more tolerant than Trinidad. Not only that, winning 14 out of 15 gives you a level of comfort in any society, any community, rather.
Yeah, but I think we had to start thinking outside the box, and we can't continue to do things the same way and expect to get different results. And I feel that you have to go to all 41 constituencies.
If you come bearing gifts, it's even all the better. But if you just come in to spew red brick,
well, I mean,
you may meet with a lot of resentment.
Bearing gifts, you want to fool them, Tommy?
No.
As Diana say, bringing trinkets.
You have to be meaning what you're saying and saying what you mean.
But you're bringing trinkets?
No, I'm saying that you mean what you say and you say what you mean. When I say
Diana
bearing gifts, it doesn't necessarily mean trinkets. It could be meaningful situation and opportunities that you're presenting to that particular community.
Yeah, Diana will be very unhappy with you.
Who will be unhappy?
Diana?
Yeah,
because she will say you're bringing trinkets.
She may even be happy and say, hey, it's about time they do something meaningful.
Approaching top of the hour. All the trinket talk.
Oh, I didn't even know you were there. We thought you had left.
So let's go for a quick session. Let's go for a quick station identification. I'll be right back. It's in the village with the DAT Triplets and WZYE 95.9 FM. Stick and stay. And put your closing comments in the chat. I already see some. Stick and stay. We'll be right back.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. The most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey. The most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's in the village with the DAT Triplets and WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's 6 to 9 p.m. U.S. time and 7 to 10 p.m. Trinbago time. Hailey says, Farley Sponge is the example of leadership, dry and hard. Sponge cake. I don't know his Ali.
He had some sponge cake from Farley.
He must look so. Judy says because these gas stations, when flooding, they would get to the bottom of the tank, so it goes into your gas tank. Okay. Ali says, Pep is who the people call when they want solution. Nobody calls Farley. They was called Pep in Tobago. I don't know that Pep in Tobago. Diana Nadia says, I agree with you. Ali says, Pep has 21 brilliant ideas and policies. Email them for we now, Hailey.
So what does Nadia agree with?
I should agree with something in what Diana said.
He answered I'm going way back up in the program. I don't know.
Diana, what did you say?
I don't remember. You have to go way back in the program.
Maybe she agree with Diana and the trinkets.
34 murders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah? Or Tobago. She said Tobago.
Oh yeah, go giving them autonomy. Very good. Yeah, let them go about their business and leave Trinidad in a mess.
Yeah. Right.
That's what I say. Because the economies in different parts of the world that have the same population count as Tobago and them running their own show. So, please. Anyway, my closing comment, go to sleep with a dream and wake up with a purpose. Good night, beloved people. Stay safe.
Good night, Diana.
Good night. And of course, folks, Frederick Douglass says power concedes nothing without a demand. It never did and it never will. From where I said this is it, the clock on the wall said that's all I like to say, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent. When talent does not work hard, and for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. Yeah. Hey, you know, technology is interesting, eh? Heidi says, now Fadi's wife was begging for water after she first bite the cake dry and hard. Go ahead, Tommy. Closing comments.
He who has peace of mind disturbs neither himself nor another. This is Epicurus. And please remember, it's nice to be important, but it's much more important to be nice. Remember that, eh, Harley? Anyways, a pleasant good night to each and every one. It's been a pleasure being here in the village. This another weekend. Have a good and safe, happy weekend. Love you all.
Yeah, thank you, Tommy. It's always a pleasure. Let me see if I get some closing comments here. Ms. Coover says, do unto others as you want others to do unto you in this new year 2023. With that, everyone have a blessed night. Heidi says private and public, maybe. That don't even make sense. Nadia says, blessed night. Everyone stay safe. It's always been a pleasure in the village with you guys. Ansem, Tommy, Diana, Benskin. Good job, guys. Heidi says, you ain't reading a psalm that let you be a seer man. Let you be a seer. Heidi. Heidi. Oh, God. Albert Montano says, what is good for you and what you don't like is always the same. Never expect thanks from people in general. When you want to help people, they generally don't know how to say thanks. Highly closing comment. I wish to wake up tomorrow and hear something good about Trinidad and Tobago. Good night, village. I think that is true, you know. Many of us want to wake up. But we have a new president. Is that a good thing? Albert Montano, Jesus came on earth to save the world, and the people say crucify Jesus after all the miracle. And he says, even God are disappointed by Trinidadian. That is why we plenty sufferation to come. The people too wicked to themselves. Albert Mondano says, please listen carefully to Lady Gypsy 2020 Calypso. That is the problem. Albert Mondano says, good night, Ansem and Diana and Tommy. Tommy highly wants to know, remember what, Tommy? Nadia says, bless good night to you, Tommy.
Good night, Nadia.
Highly also says, Tobago ain't no better than Trinidad. Rowley come from Tobago. Highly. Yeah. So there it is. Yeah, so we're going to go to them. Thank you guys for joining us, and thank you for being patient with us. You know, we always do our best. Good night to you as well, Nadia. We always do our best, you know, to make sure here sometimes there are technical difficulties, but we work around it and try to do our best. So we had to go out with a song that's in the playlist, that because I can't get any other thing. Which one you want to go out with? All right, let me go out with Nature's Plan by Johnny King. I want to go out with Appreciation.
Okay.
Nature's Plan.
There we go. All right, folks, good night. There you go.
A week but I'm holding on in order to stay around in a life directly imbalance.
for it is nature's way until judgment day. Weakness ain't got a chance. Playing some cause I realize the price little one must pay to keep the big one in paradise. This torment and misery all day. Destruction of the weak is nature's plan. The humble and the meek must understand. This day of the strong man is the devil's heyday. So they will bite the ground when the master plays. As long as you have the cash and all your strings attached, you are on earth but living in heaven. There's nothing for the poor or as evermore. Life in a lion's den, hungry man shall aspire to keep the high man on top, to take him higher and higher. The poor one must struggle till he drop. Destruction of the weak is nature's plan. The humble and the meek must understand. This day of the strong man is the devil's heyday. So they will bite the ground when the master plays. Down in South Africa, white men with gun power have the natives under subjection. The black majority live in poverty, all because they ain't strong. Black man life is a thoroughfare. Nature make him a slave. South Africa is a nightmare for colored from cradle to the grave. Destruction of the weak is nature's plan. The humble and the meek must understand. This day of the strong man is the devil's heyday. So they will bite the ground when the master plays. Today is bound to hold. Nature will somersault, bringing sudden death to this wild place. And only those who clean going to make this scene. How you work to get paid? Sufferers shouldn't worry. Nature taking its course. Tomorrow you may be happy. Just hold on. If you let go, you're lost. Destruction of the weak is nature's plan. The humble and the meek must understand. This day of the strong man is the devil's heyday. So they will bite the ground when the master plays. Dun, dun, da, da, da. Dun, dun, da.